here for just a moment. This won't be a long video, just to share some great news that we received. My husband, if you all follow the channel and saw the interview video that Alicia from ABZ Minimalist did with us, you'll know that my husband suffered a stroke 23 years ago, 6 weeks after he graduated from Morehouse College. And it really changed his life. It was a massive stroke, changed everything about the way he moved, the way he spoke. He had to learn how to do everything over again. He does not have an esophagus anymore because his esophagus was ruptured from a nurse attempting to put in a feeding tube. He was in a coma for 2 weeks, in the hospital for 4 months before he could come home. So he went through a lot with this stroke, and it is there are some long-lasting effects from the stroke. But most people say that they wouldn't even know it if he didn't say it to them. Well, last year, actually about a year and a half ago now, he was, actually it's been longer than that, about 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with AFib. And it was a very, very extensive, I guess I'll say, or a very, very aggressive AFib. And he had to have a cardioversion, which meant they had to shock his heart back into the right speed. He had a resting heart rate of over 240. So at any moment he could have stroked out again, even just sitting and resting. And so it was very aggressive, and they had to do the cardioversion to the degree that he had burns on his chest and on his back from the cardioversion for several months after the actual procedure. It was at that time when I found out about the AFib that I realized that, you know, he's got to change his diet completely. Now, I always cooked on the healthy side, healthy-ish, I guess I should say. But I knew that there had to be some drastic changes. We'd gone from pescatarian to vegetarian, and I knew that we needed to go vegan at that point. We needed to go wholly plant-based for the sake of my husband's health at that point, is what I was thinking about. I was not going to lose my husband for a diet that could have been improved. And so we went vegan. After that, I started doing more research and looked at the meat industry and the dairy industry and all of that, and I saw how the animals were treated, and then it became more, I became more passionate about the animals as well. So initially it was for health, and then it extended to the animals and the treatment of the animals, and that's why I've committed to veganism for the rest of my life, and my husband is committed to veganism, and as a result, our whole family, even our little dog, is vegan. But when he went to the doctor yesterday, he had been on several medications for the heart, for blood pressure. He's been on blood pressure medication since he was 23 years old. But for the heart, for the blood pressure, for blood thinners, for, I mean, just all kinds of things. And when he went to the doctor yesterday for his visit, he was taken off of the blood pressure medication. He's taken off of every single medication except for a mild medication for his heart. That was it. And so he wants him to keep taking that until his annual visit next year, and more likely than not, he's going to be done with that at this point. So for someone who has been on all kinds of medications for 23 years, even off of his blood pressure medication, which most people will tell you once you're on blood pressure medication, you've got to take it for the rest of your life. He's done with it. And the doctor said, he talked about the veganism and that, and the doctor said that it was definitely due to that. He's also lost 29 point something pounds. And so he is committed to this vegan diet. He's been great with it, my husband, but the doctor is even on board with it. Because he said, whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it. He has been taken off of everything. The AFib is in order. His heart rate is great. Blood pressure is wonderful. Bottom line is, I am not going to lose my husband to any cardiovascular situations, no incidents, none of that. We are committed to this vegan diet. Think about it. If you've got high blood pressure, if you've got diabetes, if you've got heart issues, if you've got anything going on, even with my fibro, I've got fibromyalgia, and it tends to be a little bit better now, because I've committed to this vegan diet. So if you've got anything going on, please, please, please consider a plant-based diet. It's easy, it's economical. A lot of people will say that it's more expensive to be vegan. That is hogwash. It is not more expensive to be vegan. It's a lot less expensive to be vegan. If you stay with the things that are offered in the stores that are already prepared, yes, it's going to be more costly. But if you do things that are natural, things that are God-given to us, beans, rice, vegetables, things that grow, things that didn't have parents, it's not expensive. It's much more economical, and you will feel 100% better. Your skin gets better. Your energy is more robust. Everything about it is better. And as I can attest to, a doctor has given the okay for veganism. Several do, but there are several who say that you've got to have meat, which makes no sense. But our doctor is on board with the veganism, and it has really made a difference in all of our lives. My daughter, because she doesn't even know life aside of being vegan and being vegan for the animals. We introduce a lot of barn sanctuaries and take her to a lot of places like that where she can see the animals in a natural capacity and be there with them and touch them and pet them and be one with them. She's not even going to know life outside of veganism, which is wonderful. So you can raise up your children that way, and I look forward to seeing how her health is going to be, not having been inundated with all of those meats and chemicals and all of those other things. So go vegan is my message for the day. We got a great report. I am so elated. I'm praising God for that report and for all of the things that He has given us in this earth naturally that we can put into our bodies. Look at Genesis. It tells us that He's given us every seed-bearing plant for food. It's right there at the beginning of the book. So think about it. Think about it. You don't have to, throw everything away at the very beginning. Again, we started pescatarian and then went to vegetarian, then eventually became vegan. Whatever your process is, that's fine, as long as you're working toward that plant-based diet and you feel so much better. Life is ahead of you. Thank you so much for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you need any help, if you need any questions answered, I'll definitely answer. Just drop a comment. Also on my Instagram page, which is in the comments below or in the about section or whatever it is below here, my Instagram page, I always put a lot of vegan recipes that I prepare. I put the pictures up, and then my recipes are a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I do try to give approximate measurements, but it will come out tasting delicious. But I have those on my Instagram. Eventually, I'm going to start doing some cooking videos here in the RV, and then you can see how easy it is to go vegan. Thanks again.